I have a scripture from the Bible, and that's because I was in a pretty bad incident when I was 16, and I almost died. I was laying in a tub of my own blood. And
hello everyone, we are the Dodsons. I am Joshua.
Hi, I'm Katie. Hi, I'm Bethany.
I'm Deborah.
Hi, I'm Matt.
So we're going to do a
Question and answers.
Question and answers. I'll ask the first few questions and we'll take turns. Or we can both answer them, I guess.
Sure.
What is something that having a child has taught you?
Forgiveness.
That's a good one for you.
Forgiveness.
Forgiveness. I would say responsibility.
Oh, I was born responsible. So.
I was not born responsible. When I was a single man, I would stay in my PJs all day and do some single guy stuff. I wouldn't, get up and make breakfast. So like the very basic level of responsibility. Your most cherished possession. We don't really cherish our possessions, I don't think. I think they're kind of fleeting. For me, it's probably my Xbox. Favorite TV show? Answer is nothing for Deborah. She doesn't watch TV. Her favorite TV show is YouTube. My favorite TV show right now is The Witcher. What is the name of your best friend?
Josh.
This is my best friend.
We both have our own best friends. My very best friend is Diana. She just had twins. She's really busy. Josh's best friend is really busy.
Chris, he pastors a church and he's always busy. He has the most busy lifestyle of anyone I've ever known. So
we just don't see our best friends that often. So, no. But the person that I go to and I confide the most in is you. Even when I have a problem with you, I'm like, just let me vent to you about you, to you for a minute, and then we'll be fine.
Your favorite place to go?
Hawaii.
Hawaii. I agree. What was the most surprising thing you discovered about being a mom?
I don't know. I have a very rough relationship with my mom that I've had my whole entire life. So I didn't want to be a mom. I never wanted to have kids. I always wanted to be like the cool aunt that could travel and do whatever and then just come back and give them cool gifts and leave again. So being a mom for me was hard in every way. Like in every aspect, I had to teach it to myself. So I've had a lot of like learning the hard way and then a lot of learning and it being like ending up in a good way. Everything was a surprise. Everything was everything was a challenge. To me, being a mom is very difficult.
For me, the most surprising thing about being a mom was like, hey, boobs, what's going on here?
Getting that baby out. Any challenges with being a dad that you weren't expecting?
No. I would say my patience, which I brag about being so significant, is sometimes tested by my oldest. That would be the most surprising thing. Like I thought I would always like get along with him or get him to understand some of the cool things that are out there, and he just sometimes doesn't listen. That's probably my surprising thing. I thought I'd always be the cool dad, but nope. What habit of theirs makes you most proud? So I guess what habit of yours makes me proud?
Your loyalty to absolutely anything, like even things that you shouldn't be loyal to, you're like loyal to a fault.
I only play one video game at a time.
For
only one.
5 years in a row.
For years, and then there's a breakup, and I pick a new one, and I'm only friends with that video game at a time. Only one.
And you try to make all your friends go into that one video game.
Oh yeah, my friends do convert sometimes. They do. As far as your habit that makes me most proud, it's definitely your neat freakness. I am very proud of my house being clean without me putting all that effort into it.
That doesn't mean no effort goes into it.
I put effort into it, but far less. So I'm proud of that habit of yours.
This is the from like photos that I haven't lived with you your whole life, obviously, but from photos that I've seen and from stories that I heard, this is the most organized you have been in your entire life.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt of that. Even when I was in the military, it was not. I just didn't have anything. Like that was my secret to keeping clean and not getting in trouble, because it requires perfection at all moments of your life. So I owned nothing.
What are some goals that you have for this next decade coming up?
I want to own my home. I want to get my kids into college, and have obviously all my family members safe and healthy.
It's really bittersweet to think about this decade that we're approaching and thinking about the end of it, because at the end of it, our kids are going to be adults. So there's a good chance that our kids will be out of our house. And like the more successful your kid is the more chances they have of being out of your house. So wanting your kid to be successful is also like, well,
You don't get to see him no more.
move away to college,
You might see him
move away.
once, twice a month if you're lucky. If you do your job well as a parent, your kids will no longer live with you, and they will have started their own careers, and they'll start their own lives, and they'll have their own families, and that means you won't get to see them as much. So the hardest part of a parent would be, well, not the hardest part, I guess that's a good part too, but it's all hard, I guess. Even when you do a good job, it's still hard.
Whatever kid has grandkids first, we're moving there. I'm going to be grandma, babysitter, daycare provider, all that in one.
What's the first thing that comes to your mind whenever you think of your family? When I think of our family, I just think home. Like, it's just where we are. It's just life.
When I think of family, I just think of our 3 kids.
How old were you when you had your first child?
Young.
Yeah, you were what, 20?
I was 19.
19? I was not there. Even though we tell Bethany I was there, I was not actually there. And she doesn't believe me anyway. She knows the truth. I was 27.
27?
Mm-hmm.
I was really young. I was already moved out of my mom's house for like 3 years. I moved out when I was 16. So I was already taking care of me. I was already pretty independent. I grew up really fast, and I was really mature and really responsible. So I feel like I was in a really good position as far as like growing up, like being a grown up enough to have a kid. But then as I got older and I had Max, I realized how much more difficult it was to have her at a young age. But that didn't happen until I had a kid when I was much more ready. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Which person in your family has a tendency to break the rules? I think we all break the rules sometimes. I don't think anyone's not. The look on her face says, I'm the one that breaks the rules.
I was thinking that. I was thinking you were going to call me out.
I think we all break the rules. I think the kids break the rules all the time. They get in trouble. I think I've been known to break the rules. And Deborah's been known to break the rules. I think we all do. I think we're all human beings that make mistakes. There's no reason to call anybody out. Is the waviness of your hair natural? My hair is naturally not wavy. It's perfectly straight. I don't know why you would ask that. Moving on.
My hair is like wavy. It's like not curly. I don't know. It's wavy in areas I don't want it to be wavy. It's like really wavy on the top of my head, and then the lower it gets straight. Like that's pretty ridiculous.
If you're looking at the current video you were just watching, the fact that her hair curled like that was not natural.
No, but that
was curled.
I don't get ready in most of my videos. Most of my videos I have a combless.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Who is the most talented in your family? We're all talented in different ways. I think Bethany is the most artistically talented when it comes to dancing, when it comes to
Art.
It comes to cheerleading stuff, like bendiness. She's the most flexible. She's definitely that way. Clayton is the most competitive. I think he'll probably end up being more athletically gifted than I am. At the end of the road, we'll see. Max is the most imaginative and the most cute, fun kid to be around I've ever met at his age. He's intuitive. He's intelligent. Like, I'm very proud of.
Max is one of those kids that people are just drawn to, like even adults. He just has like a pizzazz about him, and he just like draws you in. He's just one of those things.
Yeah. What is the meaning of your tattoo? I don't have any tattoos. That's weird.
I have Bethany's name right here. Obviously, you know, she was my first kid, and so I went and got her name. I haven't had a tattoo since I met Josh. So
7 years?
Yeah, it's been a long time. Is this my side?
Yep. Ladybug.
Can you see that on camera?
If you pull your hair back. Yeah. If you can't really tell what it is, that's because it's not the best tattoo.
It's homemade. I was a single mom for 1 year, and it was so incredibly hard. And so for my 1 year anniversary of being a single mom, I saved all the money that I had, which was like no money. And I went to a guy that did tattoos in his house. And I went to high school with him, and I hit him up on like MySpace or something, maybe Facebook. And I asked him if he could do a ladybug because they were good luck, and I had had like the most difficult year of my whole life, and I just needed some good luck on me. And he went ahead and set me down and did it. My first tattoo ever is my sister's name right here on my shoulder. She left us to go to the army, and it was very hard. Like, we were so close when we were little, so it was very hard for her to leave, so I got her name on me. And then on my foot, I have a scripture from the Bible. And that's because I was in a pretty bad incident when I was 16, and I almost died. I was laying in a tub of my own blood, and the only part of my body that wasn't covered, like the only part of my body that you could see besides my like neck and above, was my left foot. So my left foot has the Bible verse. I got surgery, I got extra blood, and over time I was fine, and everything worked out for the best. But so all of my tattoos are very, very meaningful, and that explains them.
Who was the most adorable? Again, Max.
Probably Max, but all the kids are like adorable in their own ways. They all get by with stuff.
How many of you in the family? There are 5 of us. There's me and Deborah, and Bethany is Deborah is from a previous relationship. Clayton is mine from a previous relationship, and Max we share. What does your family do during leisure times? We like to
Get out of the house.
not leave leisure time. Our goal is to have 0 leisure time, but we will play board games around the house. We will watch some YouTube or something, but usually our goal is to not have leisure time.
Usually we're out of the house. If we're all together, we're hardly ever at home. We're out doing something with the kids.
Especially if we get all 5 together, because those weekends and those days are
Far and few between.
rare. They're rare, much more rare than the average day. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
All day.
No cats. Who makes breakfast in the morning? I'm already at work by the time they're even waking up. Josh gets up and leaves really early, so usually it's our nanny, Cressa. She does breakfast for everyone. I don't even eat breakfast. Do you eat breakfast?
I will make a shake, usually.
Okay. So most of these questions came from Cher Edwards, and we just want to say thank you. Thanks for all the questions. Thanks for...
And a lot was Cher Edwards, but also a lot was
Troy
Galvin. Thank you for all your questions. They gave us something to talk about. Salvador, thank you for your questions as well. And I think that's it. I think we're done. And the Cowboys are on in 5 minutes, so peace!
Bye, guys!